The given question is a GRE quantitative reasoning sample question. This GRE practice question is a problem solving question from the topic set theory. I'll classify this question as a medium difficulty question. Let's see why it's a medium difficulty question despite just having two sets in it. Typically, union intersection of two sets will be easy questions. Just read the question and I'll point out what makes this question a little bit more difficult than a typical two-set question. Set A comprises all multiples of 3 less than 200. No problem at all. Less than 200. Let's just keep note of it. Set B comprises all odd multiples of 5 less than 200. That is what makes it a little bit more difficult. So what all will set B comprise? Set B therefore is going to include a 5, will include a 15, will include a 135, will include a 25, 35, all of those numbers too, right? And will go on all the way up to 195. What will set B not include? It's not going to include a 2. It's not going to include a 100. It's not going to include a 40. It's going to take in only odd multiples of 5. Even multiples of 5, such as these numbers, will not be a part of set B. So we need to account for it when we are counting the number of elements in set B. What we need to find out is how many elements does set A union B have? You know the formula for n of A union B. N of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. So as step 1, let's find out n of A. Let's find out n of B. Let's also compute n of A intersection B. Once we have these three values, finding out n of A union B is basically adding 2 of these and subtracting 1 from it. That's pure arithmetic beyond that point. Start with n of A. N of A gives us a number of multiples of 3 less than 200. N of B gives us the number of odd multiples of 5 less than 200. N of A intersection B will give us numbers that are less than 200 that have to do two things. One, they should be divisible by 3. Therefore, they are multiples of 3. And simultaneously, they should be odd multiples of 5. Start with N of A. N of A, multiples of 3 less than 200. Easiest way to find out because it's a very easy number to compute. Take this 200 divided by 3 because every third number is divisible by 3. The quotient of this division will give us the number of numbers that are divisible by 3 up to 200. Right? This is equal to 66. We'll have to validate one bit. The 66 multiple of 3 is a 198 and it is not 200. We'll have to count numbers only less than 200. The last number in our series is a 198, which is definitely less than 200. So we are spot on as far as counting n of A. So n of A is equal to 66. Let's find out n of B. This is a little more tricky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out, let's write down few numbers in this series and identify what series is this. The first number is a 5, odd multiple of 5. The next one is a 15. The third one is a 25, so on and so forth. 200 we cannot touch. 200 is a multiple of 5. It's an even multiple of 5. We can only go up to a number that's less than 200. So we can go all the way up to 195. Is it an odd multiple of 5? Yes, it's an odd multiple of 5. So we're going to count 5, 15, 25 all the way up to 195. Notice one thing. The difference between any two consecutive numbers is the same, which is a 10, which means this is an AP. It's an arithmetic progression where the first term A1 is equal to 5. The last term AN is 195 and the common difference is equal to a 10. So let's apply the arithmetic progression formula to find out the number of terms. That's one very easy way to compute the number of odd multiples of 5 less than 200. So arithmetic progression, the formula is AN is equal to A1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. What is AN? AN is equal to 195. A1 is equal to a 5. N is what we are trying to determine. N minus 1 times 10. Take the 5 to the left hand side. That leaves us with 190 is equal to n minus 1 times 10. So let's divide both sides by 10. So 190 by 10 is equal to n minus 1 into 10 by 10. So the 10 and 10 will get cancelled. So n minus 1 is equal to a 19. Translates to n is equal to 20. Taking this 1 to the right hand side. Minus 1 to the right hand side. N is equal to 20. What is n? The number of odd multiples of 5. That's a value of n of b. So n of b is equal to 20. Don't worry, I'll be recapping this in a printed version in the next slide. So we'll again redo this entire process there. So found out n of A, which is equal to 66. We found out n of B, which is equal to 20. That leaves us with computing the value of n of A intersection B before we have the answer. N of A intersection B, the number should be less than 200, should be a multiple of 3 or divisible by 3, and should be a number that is divisible by 5 but should be an odd number. We're going to take it with the same approach. Let's list down the first few terms of it. Number that is divisible by 3 and divisible by 5 will be a number that is divisible by 15. Will 15 satisfy all these conditions? Yes, certainly. 15 is divisible by 3, 15 is divisible by 5, and it is an odd multiple of 5. So 15 satisfies this condition. If you had to go about it typically without this odd number constraint being there, the next number that is divisible by 3 and 5 would have been the next multiple of 15, which happens to be a 30, but that's an even number. So we rule that out. The next number in the sequence is a 45. The next number in the sequence is not a 60 because 60 is divisible by 3 and 5, but it's not an odd multiple of 5. So next one is a 75, so on and so forth. What is the last number in the sequence? Number should be divisible by 15. Number should be an odd multiple of 15. That works out to 195. Two ways of going about it. Run through the same process, arithmetic progression. I know these numbers are not lot in number. They're not too many. So I'll just list it down and finish it. See, at the end of the day in GRE, no one gets to see your method. They just want the answer, correct answer. And if you can get it quickly, wonderful. Instead of plugging into this formula, just listing them down is actually going to be much faster. Let me list down the remaining terms. 75. The next one is going to be 105. Next one is 135. The next one is 165. The last one is 195. Listing them down really became easy because we'll have to just keep adding 30 to the previous number to get the next one. So how many numbers are there in A intersection B? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 such numbers. So n of A intersection B is equal to a 7. That leaves us the step of computing n of A union B, which is n of A, which is equal to 66, plus n of B, that is equal to a 20, minus n of A intersection B, which is equal to a 7. 66 plus 20, 86 minus 7 is equal to 79. So how many numbers less than 200 are there that are multiples of 3 and odd that are numbers that are either multiples of 3 or odd multiples of 5? That's what A union B is. So n of A union B comprises 79 elements. Quickly summarize it in a printed form. N of A is all multiples of 3 less than 200. All you have to do is take this 200, divide it by 3, and then find out the quotient. One last check to check whether 3 into 66, is it less than 200? It is. So therefore, we are spot on as far as this goes. Second one, we are applying the AP rule, odd multiples of 5 less than 200. We're listing down some of the terms. The first term is a 5. The next number is a 15. Third one is a 25. The last number is a 195. We find that the series is in an AP with the first term being 5, last term being 195, and the common difference being a 10. Plug it into the AP formula. 195 is equal to 5 plus n minus 1 times the common difference, which is a 10. So find out the value of n to be at 20, which is n of b. So n of a done, n of b done. We're moving on to computing n of a intersection b. Numbers less than 200 divisible by 3 and odd multiples of 5. First such number is a 15. Second one is a 45. Third one is a 75. The entire listing is here. So how many such numbers are there? 7 numbers. We just hand counted them. N of a union b. Plug in all these values into the formula. We get 79 elements in n of a union b. Choice D is the answer to this question. Before you leave, I want you to do two things. One, sign up as a trial user at wzko.in/quant. The URL is there on the screen. This is a GRE online quant course, the most comprehensive course you will get. You can sign up either on the web using Google Chrome browser, or you can download our Android or iOS app and get started. It takes all of 5 minutes and 3 steps to get started. Start with the free topics. Start with statistics, averages, and a few lessons in data interpretation. Build momentum into your GRE quant preparation. Once you've got the momentum and you find that this teaching methodology helps you prepare for the GRE, you can pay and access the remaining topics behind the paywall. Second thing I want you to do is subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/VizAkoGRE, and turn on notifications. If you have friends or classmates preparing for the GRE, let them know about this channel and this online course. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay motivated.